It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang. What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. Back in the confessional, and yes, we staying lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Man, we got another great interview for you guys today. And man, this one comes out of the Bronx, New York. This guy is connected in the streets, in the industry, got a great music career going for himself, and a lot of good stories that we're going to get into. And I want to introduce you all to my good friend, Red, aka Akhenaten,
Yes,
aka
yes,
Bugsy, aka Red
yes.
620. What's going on, brother?
Everything is good, brother, man. You already know what time it is, man. I appreciate you, man. First of all, what I'm saying, for having me on the show. You know what I mean? It's really, because I be watching you. You know what I'm saying? So it's really like good for me to
Yeah, I
be on the
appreciate
show.
you.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, man. I appreciate your support, man. We connected because basically he watches the everyday thing with PJ, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
And he reached out and was like, man, I got a good story. I'm a artist, and I'm trying to get started out there, get some stuff out there. I said, man, let's do it, man. Say less, man. Let's get this thing popping. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody, welcome Akhenaten. Well, the name Akhenaten, man, that's a very peculiar name. Where did that name come from?
Well, that name comes from an Egyptian god from Egypt thousands of years ago. He basically ruled Egypt and for like 17 years, and basically he took over and changed the rules in Egypt. you know um Egypt, at one point they all believed in certain, multiple gods. It was a bunch of different gods that they prayed to and stuff like that. And Akhenaten, for those that don't know, Akhenaten is King Tut's father.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
they kind of like try to erase his history. You know what I mean? So I kind of like use his I use him. I like, his story, inspired me to use his name as my artist, as the new me, because of in the game they kind of like tried to erase the history. I felt like they tried to erase my history. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't really like I ain't do nothing in the music, or something. I felt like they try to erase, get me out the way. You know what I mean? At some point,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so this
Yeah.
Egypt, this god. So basically, Akhenaten took over Egypt at one point, and he changed the rules. He said, we're gonna pray to one God only, and everybody in Egypt is gonna change the rules. It's not gonna be no more multiple gods. It's gonna be only one. And he said the sun. He said, everybody, I want everybody to stare at the sun, because that's we're gonna look at the sun. The sun is the god. Sun. He called it the sun god. And basically, he had the whole. He moved to a whole different place in Egypt and built the whole city. And he basically changed the game. In Egypt for 17 years, he ruled. You know what I'm saying? And he had his son, King Tut, and all
Hmm.
that. And and this place, and basically what he did was he had everybody staring at the sun, and it kind of changed the environment, and everybody was like positive, and everybody was friendly and cool. He was a little different, even though that they try to like sabotage his story a couple. They have like a couple of things that's kind of different
Hmm.
in some of his stories. But the real story is that the sun was just changing people. If anybody knows about the sun, this is what the sun be doing to people. You know what I mean? Like if you stare at the sun for a couple of, at the right time, it can actually do things to you. So basically, they was doing that in Egypt at that point, and it kind of like changed this environment, and it made everybody positive with some good energy, good vibes, and everybody was just like chilling. For 17 years he did all of this, and he was doing statues of himself so people could like see who he is, because he was kind of like unique. you know. And so basically, that's the story of Egypt. It's more to that story, but I can't
Yeah,
break all that down. But I
yeah, yeah,
actually
yeah,
I actually used the name, of that and that character because I was doing the music, my name, read and doing all that in the game, and kind of like I had a lot of dreams and beliefs in what I was doing before, where it lead to like certain things that it didn't work out for me. You know what I mean? So I kind of had to do my own thing. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I had my own dream. I had my own vision, my own beliefs. You know what I'm saying? And then I was doing that for a couple of years, and because I did like albums. I worked in the industry. I did album executive produce. I A&R albums. I did singles. I worked with DJ Khaled, Fat Joe. Multiple artists. And basically from doing all that, I kind of had like this change of heart in music. You know what I mean? Because
hmm
it's like I believed in it so much, and I did so much, and it was like it's like this is not really nobody. It's a selfish game. So I got kids to feed, man. I got a dream too. You know what I mean? I got a history, and I want to be able to build a career if I'm doing something. You know what I mean? So basically, I felt like I'm gonna do my own thing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I
yeah,
kind of like, and so the name gave me this different type of energy, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
I'm this type of person that's like go by energy, and you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So I believe in all of that. So I'm a very, type of person that I forgive, but I don't forget. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of like here doing my own thing and just believing in myself. And I got my relationships of course with everybody, because it's not nothing personal, but I
hmm
believe in myself, and I got to continue to do what I do, and that's why I'm here today, just with a new character. New, I don't want to call it like character, but it's because it's actually like I feel like it's me. It's my
yeah, yeah,
new. It's who I am. You know what I mean? Of course, the Akhenaten, I just use it for in art. You know what I mean? Because now I'm doing music. You know what I'm saying? Because I actually executive produce and A&R and put plenty of artists on, like artists that's doing music now, and music is they ain't doing now. You know what I mean? But I put a lot of art. I work with a lot of artists, and basically this music, what I'm saying, I just use it as a weapon. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a way for me to express myself. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, and I own my own studio, my music, my own company, my label. So I kind of like use it. It's not like I do. It's a lot of money that you got to invest, like in music, but because I cover everything, it's kind of like it's a fun thing for me to do. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
So it's
what's
like
up.
a
So
hobby.
you from the Bronx, New York? Is that and the Bronx, New York has a rich rap history, hip hop history.
Yes.
Um, Tell me about your like where you came into music and stuff, and how you got introduced to it, and like maybe your first record that you heard. I was like, man, this is what I'm rocking
Well,
with.
it's crazy. First record, man. Listen, I come from the I come from like like across the street from where hip hop was born. You know what I mean? So I come from 141 Cypress in the Bronx, Brook Avenue, you know, Willis Ave, all the Millbrook projects, you know, 139 San Anne's, 141 Brook, and 141 Beatman. Like all of these streets, this is my whole turf in the Bronx. This is the South Bronx, because they have like Bronx is pretty, a little span. You know what I mean? And but this is the part where hip hop, like KRS-One, if you
Hmm
know anything about him,
Yeah, yeah.
like this is somebody that was just like in my neighborhood on the regular and rapping about stuff, from my not, from, stuff from my block. I had like Ever B and Rakim. Ever B used to his baby mother lived right across the street from where I lived. You know what I mean? So, like, I seen all of this going on, and me being a kid. So the first music that I heard could be like, forget about it, man. My brothers, it's like they was like into music all day. You know what I mean? Like I was raised into the music. You know what I mean? So Like I couldn't even tell you. All I know is that I was raised around music all day. So it's like I picked up on music all day, like from Ron DMC to KRS-One. This the beginning, you know what I mean? Um, I listened to like even like Keith Sweat stuff like that, you know what I mean? Back in the days, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? So,
yeah. Oh yeah,
you know,
we all listen to,
yeah,
you
all
gotta
his
have that
R
key
and
sweat.
B,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
You feel me? Like, so I
yeah,
listened to that type of different music, you know what I mean? It was just, it was there, you know what I mean? Even Michael Jackson, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So,
yeah,
but hip hop, I seen it from like where it was like breakdancing, you know what I mean? People was breakdancing right in front of me. My brothers was just like doing this on cardboards, and I was just like, okay, you know me as a little kid, you know what I mean? And I was just growing up around it, you know what I mean? I grew up right on the ave of all of this going on. You know, for those that don't know, my brother's Pistol Pete from the Bronx. So if
yeah,
anybody
yeah.
knows that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, he's he's a legend in the Bronx. You know what I mean? He's a name, and you know what I mean. Like it's not like a regular dude. You know, you mentioned, and it's like whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's like a known person in my hood. It's like he's a legend. He's a living legend. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. So
So
your brother, uh he your older brother?
yes, he's my older brother.
So
I'm the
and he
youngest. I'm the youngest. It's three of us.
okay. So yeah, I had older sister. I was raised with older sisters, so we listened to R&B all damn day in the household. But when I go over to my neighbors who was older, it was older boys and my cousins. That's how I was really introduced into rap, and I started hearing like not the radio versions, and I
Yeah,
was like, damn, the brat cussing like that, because I didn't know the brat cuss.
that's
I was
crazy.
like, yeah,
Because where I grew up, I heard it. It used to put speakers in the window. Music is blasting. So this is what I'm saying. Like I heard this everywhere. It's not like I heard one song. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just hearing this. I'm hearing that. Everything is going on. This is the Bronx. This is really hectic. This is like I came to the Bronx in 1982. I was born in Jersey. You know what I'm
okay,
saying? So I moved from Jersey to the Bronx, and then I was raised in the Bronx, and my brothers was raised in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? And then my brother like got his history in the Bronx, where he got locked up, did his time, came home, and then did another chapter to his history, and then went to jail, and then came back home again. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah,
so he got like history. Is we connected? You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. How's it like being a younger brother of a person with like a lot of street cred and like stuff going on? Did you have to feel like you got to hold that legacy down in in the streets?
Yeah, I mean, I had little situations all the time being his brother. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, I would either have to like, you know, kind of like, be on kind of like living like I'm a superstar myself, you know what I mean? Because I'm his brother, but
Hmm.
because I got history with him also, so it's like, I did certain things with him, so it's kind of like I had to live like he just more of a recognized face and more known. You know what I mean? But you know how it is in the streets and how it is, so it's like I gotta kind of like, even though there's his situations, it's like I got to move a certain way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You ever took on a situation with your brother like it was just like something going down and this, you gotta stand up for him or anything just
Oh
because of
yeah,
some
plenty of
stuff or like,
times. Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, I've been in situations with him where I had to like, do things and stuff like that. Like, you know, um, like one time, we was in a car coming out of a club, and some people came through. I don't know, like they was just watching us, following us, and we was going we was going dropping off my man, and somebody jumped out the car and started shooting at the car. And hit the car, hit the driver, and I had to jump out the car, what I'm saying? Act like, what I mean? I had that thing and push and the guy runs away. and I had to jump in the whip and take over the whip and drive. You know what I'm saying? But with him, I had my brother in the car too. He was in the back seat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
So I had little
crazy.
situations like that, and then that's just like that's us being in the street on some regular
Yeah.
club driving regular stuff. You know what I mean? And but we had like other stuff in like like in the neighborhood stuff like that where we popped off and like had got into fights and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like they know
Yeah.
our history in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? For like us fighting and you know, like my brother, he had like that whole like the neighborhood pretty much on smash.
Yeah. 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 Damn.
So it's kind of like just power everywhere he goes. I mean, not only in the Bronx, but from LA to Florida. I mean, from everywhere. You know what I mean? Like I could go anywhere and just and be all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So when did you start seeing him bubble like in the industry and decide like, yeah, I need to stick close to my brother, so we're gonna
Yeah, yeah.
make
I mean,
something.
I was around him when I was like 16, 15, when he was like in his 20 something, and he was in the streets, but he also was in the industry. Like, he has his relationship with Fat Joe, his relationship with like Bone Thugs and Harmony. So I met these people when I was younger, but we wasn't in the music business. We was in the street business. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We was just in the streets. But from there, we went to like I met them and seen them. We knew all the celeb stuff and all that. So I kind of like felt like my brother was like my brother was a celeb all his life, man, since a young kid, man. I was a young kid. He drive through the block in a Jeep. Everybody's raising their hand at him. You know what I mean? He's a celeb in my block before even rappers, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So like that with me is like like I felt like a celeb because of that, you know what I mean? Because it's like I was a young kid. Like I got pictures of me and him, me being young, and I got chains on my neck, rope chains. You know what I mean? And he was putting those chains around my neck when I was a young kid already. I was like 6 years old, 7 years old, something like that.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Yeah,
Yes, having the big brothers, you know, it was dope for me. Seeing my brother. Me and my brother's like he like 4 years older than me, but I still feel like we just the same age, even though he older, because
yeah, yeah,
we was out doing the same stuff. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I feel you. I feel you. That yeah. Me and my brother just do. We did everything together. I got another brother, but me and my other brother did like other things together. Like we smoked weed together. You know what I'm saying? We fucking did shit in the streets and shit like that. But my brother P, we did business. We worked in the music industry. I did things in we hung out in the streets. We hung out. I was in jail. I was on one side of the jail. He was on the other side of the jail. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So like I got stuff like that with my brother. Like we connected more on some hanging out and being close with each other.
So you
So
you had to do some time before.
well, I ain't do no time, but I did like the most that I did was probably like four and a half month. I was in jail for attempted murder in Rikers Island when I was like 18 years old.
And then
And
how was that?
yeah, well, it was crazy. That's the 1997. So you already know it's crazy. Rikers Island is, if anybody know about Rikers Island, it's worse than. I mean, it's a little bit. They got games and all that. Everybody's all entertained. Everything. Everybody got phones. I don't know what's going on in there. It's just entertainment, but
Yeah.
not when I was in there. It was tough. It was like a gang situation going on. You know what I mean? Right away, everything is about gangs, and it was like the first time of like the Bloods and all that was getting crazy. You know what I mean? So there
Hmm.
was just like it was hectic. But I was in C-74, and my brother was in the Beacon. So as soon as I went in there, I had issues. So it was crazy. I had
Man.
I had I had from as soon as I walked in there, I had issues. You know what I mean? Where my brother had to send messages from where he was at to where I was at to make people like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, anything happens to my brother over there, is on. My brother had the whole jail on locked. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, my brother had like the jail on locks. and he has the streets on lock too. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, so when he was so he when he got out, he started I guess well, how long was he running with Fat Joe? Is that like something that you seen like from the beginning, or did they
Yeah, he
have
been
that?
running with him for forever, man, since the beginning. He been running with him since my brother been doing time and after he did time. My brother was there from the beginning with Pun, and then my brother got locked up, and then after that, when Pun passed away, he's still with Terror Squad. My brother's loyal to Fat Joe for forever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man,
he's
Pun is a big figure in hip hop, but I'm pretty sure in the Bronx and then
yeah,
the Terror
definitely.
Squads. Did you have a relationship with Pun?
Yeah, definitely. I had a great cool relationship with Pun because Pun used to call me on the phone and we used to talk on three-way because I had people from jail calling me in my house. So I used to have him on the phone, you know what I mean? People used to be like, yo, call Punt. And I had to call Punt, put him on three-way. This one it was the phone, you know what I mean? In the crib too. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And Punt used to get on the phone. He used to be talking to everybody, you know what I'm saying? So we used to be connecting like that, me and Punt. But he knew me from like, just my brother, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like I know all these celebs and stuff. I know like a lot of celebs because of my brother. You know what I mean? My brother knows every celeb. Every rapper knows who he is.
yeah, yeah. So I was privy to a story about your brother
Yeah,
and uh and Tony Yayo.
yeah,
This story was mentioned on, I believe it was Drink Champs, where Yayo was allegedly ran from your brother.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know a little bit about
So
that.
Pete, he was gonna go all the way. Like Pete, my man, one time I ran into him in the Diamond District. He said I ran, but I put it on my father. I didn't run. But look, I had two of my mans with me. He had two little Spanish niggas that look like they, dance with the knives. You know them niggas in the Bronx? Them niggas start dancing with them
West Side
machetes
Story
and all
shit.
that, my nigga. He had two little grimy niggas with him. So, like, Joe got niggas. His brother was somebody, right, in the Bronx, right? I believe his brother was somebody. Joe had niggas that was ready to die. You know them niggas in the Bronx, niggas will pull a machete out on you, start dancing.
Right. Start dancing.
That's when I realized, them Bronx niggas is crazy.
Right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I definitely know about that though. You know why? The crazy thing is the reason why I know about that is because I was there. You know what I mean? I'm the guy that he's talking about. He was with two Spanish kids. You know what I'm saying?
He
They
said
looked
it
like
looked like
they was about
some
to give
knife
it up.
wielding.
Yeah, yeah, they was about to give us some work. so, so I'm that guy. I'm the one that was there. I'm definitely one of the guys that was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And the crazy thing is, the other guy that's there, that's my other brother. You know what I'm saying? So nobody can know that story but us as brothers. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy, but. Tony Yayo said that he didn't run. I'm not gonna say, we cool, you know what I'm saying? So, he got a great relationship with my brother. So we not into no, you know what I mean, no drama or nothing like that. But I mean, what I can remember is that I definitely ran towards him and he was inside the jewelry store. And the jewelry store, the door, they locked the door. I ain't gonna say, who locked the door, but somebody locked the door, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to get in I'm trying to get in that shit, you know what I'm saying? Opening the door. And then my brother's trying to open the door. We all three of us are there like this, trying to get in there, like open the door. You know what I'm saying? Open that door. And they
so
ain't open that door.
this was at the height of the 50 Cent and Fat Joe beef.
Yeah, definitely,
So it was just
definitely.
like on site, like it,
On site. As soon as we seen them, it was on. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
that's the way we give it up anyway. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm with my brother, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Fat Joe it's like my brother, you know what I'm saying? That's my brother, that's family, you know what I mean? So regardless, whatever my brother it is what it is. You feel me? I'm
mhm,
loyal to my brother and it's like let's go. I was doing the music thing and I had some artists that I was doing the KAR artists with my brother And basically I had them going in on Tony Yayo and 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? So I was beefing behind the music part of it. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
man, you crazy? They can't get at Fat Joe. We gotta go. We gotta get at these guys. You know what I'm saying? And we was just going back and forth on the music. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
we actually seen them in New York in the Diamond District. Cause we in the Diamond District, we be dealing with the jury guys and everything. So we out there, and all of a sudden we see Tony Yayo, and it was just on site as soon as we seen him. And he hit the jury store. I don't know if he ran in there or however you know what I mean? Well, however it went, but
He skipped fast.
he's yeah, it was pretty fast for my eye to see. But the door was
Yeah,
locked
yeah,
at the same time. Ain't nobody,
yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean? The door got locked. There was a jury store. It's just supposed to be open.
yeah.
But
That's
it's locked, you
crazy.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But it's all cool, you know what I mean? It's all love, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to clarify that I'm definitely that guy. Just because he put the story out there, so it's only right for me to say my side, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We don't usually get both sides of the stories, but yeah, that's one of the things I like about when I do my story times. I can get both sides, so
Yeah,
it's dope to hear the other side because I mean, even though the beef is over with, and which is good because it really I don't know how deep it is, but because when we listen to because I'm from Oklahoma, so when
yeah,
we hear about these rap beefs, you know especially y'all being from New York, we only think it's music, but sometimes it's deeper than that,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it could get real. You
yeah.
know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the problem is with New York, everybody got an ego thing, you know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody want to be the man, you know what I mean? So forget about it. That right there, it just it gets in the way all the time, you know?
Golly, yeah, yeah, that's dope, man. So, when it's situations like that, with other artists, do y'all have to like? Was there like some type of alertness that y'all had to be on because one, y'all in New York, is artists everywhere, it's gangs everywhere. I mean, y'all in and out the streets.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
did
yeah.
that
It's
ever?
it's it's definitely a certain way you got to move in New York. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be connected. If you ain't connected, and you don't know how to go through the right streets or it's not gonna work out for you. You shouldn't be in New York. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
and it's because
definitely,
like y'all in the music industry, it's everything music is was once up in New York. So y'all be in and out these same buildings,
hmm
and so did y'all ever have any other run-ins with like the artists where y'all was like, man, it could go down in these offices,
yeah. I mean, I was in the studio one time, and I bumped into I ain't trying to give nobody no clout, but with like other people, other artists, but
Mhm.
because I mean, this one is definitely ain't gonna get to mention his name, but Fat Joe had, certain issues with certain people that we bump into like in the studio. And I mean, my brother might not even have to be there, and we would just be, it would be on and popping if we see them there. You know what I'm saying? It
Mhm.
would, I remember one day we bumped into somebody like in the studio in Jersey, and things got a little ugly in there where they like shut down the whole studio. Like the whole thing was shut down for like a couple hours before people could even get into the studio. So it could get a little ugly, and because you bump into people right in the studio. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
In New York,
And
they have some in Jersey, they got some in New York. You know what I mean? Now, artists, I think now in New York is a little bit more organized, where like they show love to each other. Like at least the ones that've been in the game for a while.
mhm.
you know. But of course, the new artists, the drill stuff and all that, but they got their own issues. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole different type of thing.
Yeah, yeah. And so now, on speaking of like how people from New York are coming together and trying to, bring up New York, your music, your message in music is more on a positive note these days.
Yes, yes. So yeah, so basically, I've been doing music for like about like 20 years. So excuse me. In these 20 years that I've been I was always doing like the street stuff, the hard stuff, commercial stuff. Of course, I had some commercial stuff because I did songs with like Sean Kingston, Ace Hood, I did commercial stuff, Bone Thugs and Harmony. So from those records, I just switched up from when I went on my own. I was doing the hard stuff, but and then little by little, I'm like, music got to change. I'm like, I gotta put a little bit more positivity in music because now I got kids and all that. You know what I mean? So I kind of feel like I don't want my kids to be watching me and I'm all doing all these type of music where I actually gonna be telling them, oh, I don't want you to be doing this, but I'm actually talking about that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I ain't trying to do that. I'd rather put out a message that's a real message, you know what I'm saying? Or give you some information through my music, then my kids can be like, yo, oh man, what's this? I like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got my little niece, saying, yo, I seen, Ray on TV. He's talking about God,
Mm-hmm.
You feel
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? And
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
like 6 years old, you know what I mean? So I felt like that's the message that I'm trying to, because that's good. That's a good age. Right now I got a fan base from being 60 to 17. And right now a 6-year-old is over here like, yo, you feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm hitting all type of ages, with the type of music that I'm doing. And I'm actually, performing myself now, and I'm actually writing music and doing all my music with my artists too. Shout out to Logic. You know what I'm saying? Logic Nito, that's my artist that I work with. And we do our music thing, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So, what type of? I mean, it's hip hop, but is it like? Because some people dibble and dabble in like
So
rock.
I consider my music more like right now, like it's more like spiritual awakening, and with it's like biblical, but more like it's like God music, you know what I'm saying? If you wanna, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of gonna, because I put out a message, plus I let you know that God's real. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because if you have these other artists that talk about the demons, they're real. They talk about satanic, and they're giving that the energy. Why not put out this energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what energy you rather rock with? You know what I mean? The energy of a satanic, where you see it everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or the energy of God and spirituality and awakening, and it's time for you to know the truth. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
on
yeah.
God time. You know what I mean? Like I push out. I'm on God time. You know what I mean? So they can know that what time I'm on. So they be pushing some other stuff. You know what I mean? They be
Yeah,
on their
yeah.
on their satanic demon stuff.
Yeah, I listen to some Christian hip hop because my friend I work with, um, he's really into church and he's always playing these. I forgot what they call them. They call them but it's pretty much Christian rap.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
man, it's dope because they
It's
they be
dope.
on
It's
trap
getting big.
beats.
No, I know what you're saying.
Yes.
It's big now. It's
Hmm.
getting huge. I'm gonna tell you one thing. I've been doing this for like about 6 years with my music before it even touch everywhere. And before even you see it everywhere. And I'm not as big as other artists that they huge on doing what they're doing right now with that type of
Hmm.
music. But the thing is that we don't have, we not they getting signed to labels, they doing their thing. You know what I mean? I push my own label. I'm not interested in like getting signed to a label.
Hmm.
I do everything myself. So I'm not, you know what I mean? But and I have fun with the music at the same time, you know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
I don't have nobody telling me what to do, you know what I mean? Because the
Yeah.
music industry is crazy, you know what I mean? So but the Christian music is really, really up there. So our music is a little bit blending in with that because I have artists that's like doing big numbers, that's doing Christian music, and they following me or based off my message. So like if you hear my last song, that I have on my page now, on my YouTube also, it's like, I'm talking about, certain things, certain energy, and I'm basically talking about like, what to do with your money, get a land, manifest, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So it could be a message in the song more than just like something that you're gonna listen to, and it's kind of like give you this energy that you're ready to kill something. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yeah, I was just listening to somebody talk about why Drake has more. I mean, Kendrick Lamar has more Grammys than Drake. I really don't care about the conversation, but it's the point of the messaging in the music. There's messages in the music, so that's what we don't really think about that when we listening to Drake, because we thinking about partying and stuff, and a lot of
Exactly.
people gravitate to that. But then more intellectual people,
You know,
tap into
the world's changing. We on a different type of energy right now. It's a lot of things being seen that we never seen, right? So, we have to find, in reality, people live their life every day like nothing, but we got to find our purpose. We got to find, we're here for a reason. People don't even think it like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm on that level where I'm like, I'm here for a reason. If I'm here, let me put out a message. Let me say something right. Because I receive my blessings every day. You know what I'm saying? So let me do something that might help somebody else. You know what I mean? And I'm still working. I'm still working on myself. So imagine that once I get to the right position, I can help others. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm helping others right now. You know what I mean? With things that I could do for them. You know what I'm saying? So imagine, in a better position. You know what I mean? So that's what it's about. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? And I just feel like, that's how, like we just in that time where you gotta do the right thing. Like I feel like heaven is real. You know what I'm saying? Like you better do the right thing. That's all I'm trying to tell you, because everybody's gonna go the same, everybody's going. You know what I mean? So you better do do the right thing when you got the right time, with your time right here. You know what I mean? So I'd rather just put out that good message, you know what I mean? Enjoy the life and find my purpose for real. You know what I'm saying? And stay out the way from all of that. You know what I mean? That's the reason why I changed myself. I changed all that. You know what I mean? And I'm on that positive. I got my kids. I gotta raise my kids. I gotta make sure that I give them that right message so they could be able to just do the right thing. You know what I mean? Because that's the only way. You know what I mean? And they gotta know now, because life is short. You don't got that time. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Man, straight up. I feel that same way because even when I do my story times, like I have a crazy past. But just with my life experiences, I know better, so I do better. And so when I look at some of these stories, I'll be like, I give people a synopsis of the story from 40-year-old PJ,
Yeah.
and not, but I'm talking to them from the experiences of 20-year-old PJ, of the
Yeah.
teenage
Yeah. Yeah.
PJ, you know, and
Because you got the experience, man. So you kind of like giving that experience. That's what I do all day. I give you the experience so you don't, so and because I went through all this. Like I come from for real. I come where it's real. I seen it all the fake things in between. I'm trying to give it to the next person. You know what I mean? On a positive way. You know what I mean? We're not gonna give them. We're not gonna give them the negative thing that I learned. We're gonna give them the positive that we learned. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we got. That's what we get the experience for, so we could be able to share that with them, so they could just like learn. They won't even go through that experience. You know what I'm saying? Because
yes.
I got my son. You know what I mean? He's 21 right now, and like oldest, he's like, and I'm like, I gotta give him that right information. You know what I'm saying? So he can stay focused, because people try to trick you out your position. You know what I'm saying? And if you keep, and they're easy when you that age, you easy to just, explode. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So you got to keep them focused so they could know, because and then when they get to that certain age, they're gonna be like, wow, man, you was right that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I be coming across those moments because for my father, rest his soul, but from growing up, and he used to tell me like certain stuff, and I used to not be even trying to hear it, but now I see it, and I'm giving those same information, like especially because I had sisters, and I was raised with my three sisters, so I would see my dad do certain stuff, and I see them complaining and all this stuff, but then as we grown up, they understand dad was, being tough on us, but really he loved us, you know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
it's good that you can, you can live to tell your son what's up, man, because they ain't gonna understand it. They might not like it, but they gotta hear it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And it's, it doesn't even matter because, they might hate it, whatever, but I know the message. It's not like we telling them the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Like we know what we telling them, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that's why I go hard, even if I gotta tell them in a hard way. It doesn't even matter. They're gonna get the message. You know what I'm saying? My son, my youngest son is 10, and I still gotta talk to him like he's the 21-year-old. You know what I mean? Because I gotta give him that information. You know what I mean? Still, I
Yeah.
don't care. You gotta process it the same way because it's only one way. You know what I mean? And I try to give it to them where they could both. I'm not giving them to them hard or cursing. I don't. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't even use that. I try to just give it to them straight so they can understand it. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
but
these
these
kids right
child,
now,
they
it's,
learning faster than we did because they have information at the palm of their hands. So you got to give it to them before they go get it and be influenced by
that's why
some.
they think that they know it though, And I'll be trying to tell them like, look, sometimes the information that you get is not the right information all the time. You got
Hmm.
to double check that information. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah, because sometimes that's the thing. They think that Google tells us all the right thing all the time. I know it. Why? Because your phone is telling you. You feel me? Like, nah,
Hmm.
I didn't have the phone when I knew it. You feel me? Or when I learned it. So I'm trying to give it to you like this. This is the right way, and you could get this, the right way. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah.
the way it is now, man. You know what I mean? They're a little hard with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why these kids is out of control now. But things is clearing up though, man, because it's almost that time. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? That God energy is out there now. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel more like there's a lot of things going on, but trust me, it's the streets is getting cleaned up. On what little by little is getting cleaned up. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying? Because things is out of control. It got out of control these couple years. You know what I mean? With the music and the way the violence was,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
crazy. You see how many artists, rappers died. It's crazy.
Man, and it be some of the dumbest situations, and that's why it's good that to see Fat Joe and 50 Cent squash their beef,
Yeah,
and they did it on a big stage with when Chris Lighty passed, because life is bigger than anything, and some of these things, even though it might have been some street beef, but it might have not been that rough. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Sometimes it's always something because somebody's in the middle of something or somebody else says something. You know what I mean? And it's like you could have just told me straight. Talk to me, and that's it. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? But hopefully, I mean, everything looking good now. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no beef for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody that like, you gotta be kidding me. We don't worry about that negativity. We only worrying about the positivity right now. We only worrying about elevating. We growing in, you know what I mean, in life. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
only trying to do the right thing and put out that right message. And then even if we talk about the street stuff or whatever I talk about, that's just information that people should take, for and use and get that information just to be wiser, you know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Man, I was scrolling on your Instagram and I see you in a picture with Suge Knight.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, how, how you come across Suge Knight?
yeah. Suge Knight. I was well, like I told you, I've been in the game for a long time. So I was in LA one time for a meeting, a label meeting, and I was out there with Steve LaBelle. He's a big figure in the music industry. You can search him up, Steve LaBelle. He put a lot of people on and managed people also. He's a manager. And basically, he's so we was out there in LA with Steve LaBelle and my brother Pete, and we was out there for a meeting, and we was out there in LA. It was like this is my first time in LA. My brother been out there a couple times, but this is my first time in LA. I'm out there with like two chains, you know what I'm saying? Just in the Ave, the big chains on, right in Beverly Hills. Um, and Steve LaBelle pulled up. He was like, "Yo, y'all bugging out, man. Y'all out here with the chains on. This, y'all in the LA, man. You know what I'm saying?" My brother's like, "Man, you gotta be kidding me." You know what I mean? My brother ain't worrying about all that. He's already been in LA, but he's still not worrying about all that. He's like, he knows all these people, right? He don't care. It's just on him and me. But we gets in the car. We was doing some business that day, and it got a little bit darker. We did our business. We going to the restaurant. We went to go eat. We in LA still acting the same way. Somebody in town called Suge Knight and told Suge Knight that somebody's in Beverly Hills with a Terror Squad chain on. And Suge Knight pulls up. We in the restaurant, chilling. Nothing going on. We about to eat something. We see like a red Bentley pulls up and like about eight cars behind that one red car. The red car's in the front. Every other car in the back is all dark colors. Like I think it was all blue. Pulls up. Suge Knight pops out. And Steve LaBelle's like, yo, that's Suge Knight, man. I think you guys gonna have to have I think we're gonna have a problem. And we was there like, a problem with Suge? Like, nah, we ain't gonna have no problem, man. And then he's like, yo, I think, I think you should. I'm not sure if he said, like, tuck my chain in or something, but I was like, hell no, I had the chain out. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of that. My brother definitely ain't tucking his chain in, you know. My brother don't play that shit. Everywhere he go, he have his chain out. So he got the chain, we there. He comes in, Suge Knight walks in, we there standing there like this. We was ready. He comes, he walks up to me. First person gave me a pound. Like I guess he felt like he was trying to intimidate me though, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm there with the big chain on. I'm like slim and shit there, like, and he's like all big, like, and I'm like, give him a pound, man. What's up? He see my brother, and he goes like that to my brother. Pistol. He already knew who he was. And my brother was like, Suge, because of course everybody know who Suge is. Suge gives him a hug, a pound. I guess they like they knew each other. A lot of love. I think it's all cool. It's like about 30 guys though inside the restaurant with Suge. So it's like a little intimidated in there a little bit because it's 30 guys in there, and then for the first time I meet Big U. You know what I'm saying? He's there, and he knows my brother very well. So that's how everything was just like really calm with my brother, Big U, Suge, and it was just like it turned into some all love stuff, like everybody showing love. Not the other 30 people that was there though. They're just standing there.
Smug.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Sit, some big dudes and all that. So we were just there. It was cool. Everything was cool. Then, right before we were about to leave, I told Suge, yo, I need a picture. This is the time that it was really no phone. Like it was just like the Nextel. So I didn't have a camera. I had to pull out those cameras from the pocket, the little big Sony joints, like the little digital joint. So that's how I pulled that out. Boom. I was like, yo, I need a picture with you, man. Listen, I'm from the Bronx. I'm from New York. I need this picture. You gotta take this picture with me. You know what I'm saying? So Suge came, he was like, yo, people don't ask me for pictures. At LA, they don't ask me for pictures. He's like, I was like, well, look, I come from the hood. I come from all the way from the Bronx. I need this picture, Suge. You feel me? I need to let people know that I seen Suge for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I gave the camera. My brother's the only one that's gonna take that picture. So I gave my brother the camera, and he took the picture. And I got that legendary picture. And I hold my chain up too, so they could know that I got my chain out, chain in. Boom! And I take the picture with Suge. Boom! And I got that legendary moment. You know what I mean? And
that's dope.
It's a legendary moment where it's, my brother could prove, say his side of the story. Steve LaBelle also, one day they could say their side of the story. But it's a real legendary moment, you know what I'm saying? And we ain't back down. We wasn't scared. And it was only me and my brother in LA. It was nobody out there. We ain't have 50 guys with us, none of that. Suge had 50, he had the 50 guys. You know what I mean? It was a moment. If anybody knows about Suge Knight, that's how he pulls up. You hear stories about Eminem, you hear stories about 50 Cent talk about Suge Knight pulling up. He pulls up with 50 people, Mexicans, all type of race people. You know what I mean? Like it's just not one kind. He pulls up. You know what I mean? He no joke. You know what I mean?
You think he be doing it was like some kind of sort of an intimidating factor, but then
yeah. He does
knows.
things. You see, I'm from the streets, and my brother is who he is. So imagine if it's anything about intimidation, trust me, I know a lot about that. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with my brother. You know what I'm saying? If you know anything about my brother, Pete, right? It's like, you know, he's like the New York Suge Knight. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So, you know, that's just to say it all. You know what I mean? People look at him like the New York type of Suge. Not comparing him to him because Pete is his own. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, so for me, I know the intimidation, and that's how Suge, kind of like approach me, and that's how he kind of give it up, you know what I mean, to most people. I see it all the time, like when he did it to M, when he did it to certain people, you know what I mean? His thing is intimidation. He'll come through and just look at you and pull out his cigar and just smoke, and that's it. Look at you. That's that's intimidation right there.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Because that could have went all sorts of ways, but it's a
All
good thing
sorts of ways.
that
If I mean,
yeah,
me personally, if I was there by myself, of course it was gonna be crazy. But Pete, he was once they seen him, there was like, and I know that Suge ain't really cool. I'm not sure, but not that cool with New York people, New York rappers or anything like that for sure. But he's definitely like cool with my brother. Like, you know what I mean? They have a good relationship.
yeah, yeah. Sound like to me, man. Because I seen. I think it was an interview or something, but they didn't really get too deep about what goes on. But it sounds to me like your brother, man, really. I mean, he got his name Pistol Pete from somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He got his name. Yeah. He got his name. His name is a legendary name, and he got it from another legendary person too. I don't want to say that side of his story because he also has a book that's coming out. I don't want to give too much information about that, but he's gonna say his side of the story on a lot of things on that book, and also I might be a little bit on that on his book. You know what I mean, with my stories and stuff too. And also he has a couple of things coming out. He also has a broadcast, Dog in the Yard. Shout out to Dog in the Yard, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to my brother Pistol Pete also. You know what I'm saying? Just want to get that out there just in case.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, he has a broadcast that you should check out. It's pretty dope, you know. It's some information on there for people that's, incarcerated, they've been incarcerated, and then just giving information about how jail works and how jail is. So it's kind of good, you know what I mean? Educated for people, you know. He,
Yeah.
he interviewed a lot of people, even the mayor from New York on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, that's another thing that we need. I mean, because I remember watching Scared Straight, but I even went to a Scared Straight down here in Oklahoma
Yeah.
City at the county jail, and it was just like, I don't think it deterred me from uh changing my ways, but just to see it, just to sit on that hard steel chair. I mean, I still ended up getting locked up, at a certain age, but like it was just like I knew what I was getting into, and then once I got in trouble, I just had to bite the bullet. Be like, man, I knew that this would. I seen it when I seen it before, and I knew that if I kept on the same path, that was going to be my future until it happened. You
Yeah.
know, and then I just had to live with it. But now, uh, I want to do the same thing. I ain't got to scare you straight, but I can let people know just because I did 2 years. In the state here, and
Okay.
so and
Oh,
I
you you
I
you
went
you
to
very humble. You know what I mean? That humbles you a little bit.
yeah yeah for
I feel
sure.
you, man.
And but when I got home, I had well, what really happened was I was only supposed to do like 5 months on my 2 year sentence.
Yeah.
But man, I guess somebody messed up paperwork somewhere and they just sat my ass down. But thinking I was
Wow.
going home in the next week to then they saying, oh, you got 200 and something more days left.
Whoa.
It was just like,
Wow.
yo, that's crazy.
That's
But
crazy. But that was a mistake, or that was just like something
yeah,
that.
yeah, it was a mistake because
But you could have sued for that, probably.
man, yeah, I probably wasted my time and money. But it was just like, cause I wasn't no years, you know what I mean? And it was like,
Yeah.
but I probably needed it more than anything. because I was ready to get back in the streets.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
then
yeah.
when I sat down for them extra days, it's because what happened was I had a real my real situation. I was out on bond. Well, when I got locked up, they
Yeah.
didn't jump off my bond. I was still bonded out from that case, so I didn't have no time served on that case.
Mm.
Which they tried enough to get it fixed, but you know you know how they move slow.
I kind of
Yeah.
escaped a couple of things. When I got locked up when I was 18 for attempted murder, I kind of like I was gonna cop out to like a 1 or 3, and my lawyer, I owed my lawyer some money, and my lawyer was like, yeah, I was gonna cop out that day, and he was like, yo, let's tell the judge let's push it back one more, a couple days, so you could think about the sentence, and for you to give me that money that you owe me. You know what I'm saying? And the judge right there, when he told him that, the judge was like, yo, I give you another deal right now if you just take it to get you out the way. He said, I give you a year in a probation. I give you 5 years probation and a year program I was smoking weed and stuff. So at that time, it was like, you know what I mean? Put me in a drug program and gave me 5 years probation. And I fucked that shit up. And I went on the run, you know? And I was like, I was on the run for like all those years. Oh, until I had the established limitation, 7 years.
Mm,
Word. I escaped
damn.
that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I went back to Jersey instead of Jersey. I lived in Jersey for a couple years. Yeah,
Man, yeah, you skated on that one.
yeah. Because if I would have got caught there, I would have been doing that same time as like you, man. I would have been in
Yeah,
that same position. But I was escaping that by going on the run, man. I couldn't even do
mm.
those 5 years probation. It's crazy.
Man, that's another thing. I had my first assault with a dangerous weapon. Man, uh, I caught some weed charges and stuff like that, and then I caught my other violent charge, and all this was in less than 2 years. So I wouldn't have made. I had 2 5-year deferred sentence, which they put to suspended
Yeah,
sentence,
those
and
cases is
then
crazy, man. They take those cases a
yeah,
little serious, man.
and then like you don't even think about how when you take these sentences, like they got, I think it's, I don't know if it's Young Thug or somebody, but they put them on a 15-year probation. You know how many years 15 years is? Like, to not get in no trouble, it's damn
Like,
near
you
impossible.
think that, like, you think he's not gonna get in trouble, man? That's crazy, man. You can't even piss nowhere.
Yeah, you
You
can't get a
can't.
ticket. Nah, you get a ticket, you
You
can,
can't. That's it. You can't really. You
man.
can't. You can't have no police contact like at all. So it's like you can't even hang out. I think with somebody that's like, you know what I mean, like on parole or
Mhm.
something. It's crazy. So that's real dangerous. You know what I mean? He got to stay. His nose got to be clean for a long time.
Long time, and so that's all I be like. But yeah, man. So what do you have right now that we can send some people over to your platform to check out some of your music? I know
Yeah.
we
So
got your
right now,
Instagram.
yup, my Instagram is I am Akhenaten at 620. No, yeah, what 620? Yeah, I am Akhenaten 620 and Redline 620. Redline 620, that's the company. That's the brand. You know what I mean? I call it the brand because nowadays you gotta brand your brand, and Redline 620 is the brand. And I do the 620 is for short, from the Redline. That's my date of birth for those that always trying to wonder why I got the 620, but that's my date of birth. You know what I mean? And I use that as the number to separate me from everybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I keep myself a little bit on my unique, a little bit different. And so I do music, you know what I'm saying? I got my artist Logic Lido, you know what I'm saying? I got my engineer, Lindio, you know what I'm saying? Lindio, he mixes and master every anything that you want too, because we could mix down and master music for other people too, you know what I'm saying? So we could do things for people too. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
man.
I'll be
Gotta
doing
check.
the editing and the videos. Every video that you see is me. I do that. The music, I write the music. You know what I'm saying? My artist write his music. And You know what I'm saying? I got two other artists, Twin Park and Scar and Leaks, you know what I'm saying, that I'm working with, you know what I mean? But I'm not really interested in like working with other artists because I already had that experience, and then artists they're not loyal, you know what I mean? It gotta be family, you know what I'm saying? So like everybody that I work with right now is just family. I might mix down and master your music. I might have my engineer do that if that's what you need. But besides that, we can work on doing music, on, you know, you want to talk to me about anything, more interviews, all that, you know what I'm saying? Holla at me for anything. I'm definitely connected in the game, you know what I mean, for like, you know, features, whatever, you know what I mean, on production, beats, you know, stuff like that, you know. But I'm focusing on myself and just giving a message, you know what I'm saying, to the people, and, you know, to the fans, you know what I mean, that for them supporting me, you know, the people that check me out, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate them.
Yeah, this the Suge Knight post. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
on
yeah.
TikTok too. Same
Name.
same name.
You can find me
Yeah.
on the Redline 620. Redline 620, you Google that, you're gonna find me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Y'all check him out, man.
and you
Man,
already
shout
know,
out to
and PJ, man, I appreciate you, man, you know what I mean, for you know, giving me the platform, you know, for me to share my story. You know what I'm saying? You know, you've been real since I just hit you up, met you, you know what I mean? And checking out your stories, you know what I'm saying? I can see you like, you know, you like very how can I say it? Organic, you know?
Yeah. Appreciate it, brother.
So
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
already
man.
know,
I try
man.
to keep it solid, man. Look, we all creators, you know what I'm saying, in our
Yeah,
own way. So the best way to, you know, make us all win. I want a lot of people to win. And so I don't have
yeah,
no problem sharing out my friends or people that I see that are also content creators, because I wasn't always a big platform. So I wanted that look too. And I was, you know, blessed enough to link up with some, you know,
yeah.
good
You're gonna stay
YouTubers that
blessed,
got that
brother.
link, you know.
You're definitely gonna stay blessed, my brother, because you're
Mhm.
doing the right thing, and you're giving a lot of people, you know, to share their stories. Sometimes them stories is really important for people to express themselves, and to have, you know what I mean, someone to listen to them, or somebody to just, because, you know, sometimes it's for the clout, but sometimes it's real too. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So, you know, it could go either way, you know what I mean? But
Right.
God definitely gonna bless you for that. You know what I'm saying? So you're doing a good job, you know what I mean? And
Yeah, I
you keep doing
appreciate
your
it, brother.
thing, you know what I mean? And I'm here, man, for anything that you need. And, you know, I got more stuff coming, and we're gonna talk some more. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. I'm always checking you out. My wife check you out, you know what I'm saying? The fam, and I'm gonna put you on with everybody, because, you know, that's what I do too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So
appreciate it. Shout out to the wife, man. Yeah, 'cause she
yeah,
checking out
yeah.
the stories. I was like, man, he was probably like, who is this guy you watching every day?
Yeah. I'm over here. I be on my zone, right? And I'm like, I gotta watch what she watching. So I'm there, like, you know what I mean? Let me watch this, you know. And then I'm like, okay, I like this, you know. So,
Yeah.
and that's what's up,
Pretty
you know what I mean?
dope.
Because that's what put me on, you know what I mean, to the whole thing, you know. So
Yeah. Man,
and,
bringing families together, man. You know?
exactly, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's
Yeah,
about, you know what I'm saying? That's
yeah.
how we gonna receive our blessings anyway, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Man,
But you
shout
know,
out to Akhenaten.
Akhenaten, yes.
Akhenaten, yeah, man. Yeah, he keep it lit, man.
You already
He's a
know.
real supporter, man. So y'all know, man. These
Definitely.
platforms reach far and wide. So you know what I'm saying. I always be good to people, because you know you never know.
And you can find me on the YouTube is on Redline 620 also. Check me out. I got a bunch of
Okay.
videos. I'm also gonna do some stuff, you know, some talking soon, and trying to build my YouTube channel up, you know what I'm saying? Cause I gotta get in the loop, you know what I'm saying? Cause you know, I got kids to feed and all that, you know what I mean?
hmm
So we
Yeah,
got, you know
man.
what I mean? We gotta elevate in life, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what it's about, you know what I mean?
Yeah, get that content everywhere, man. Because you know you
Yeah,
never know which one gonna blow. Yeah, I'm
exactly.
gonna put all your socials
And the
in the
thing, yeah.
description of the video, man. Y'all can check him out.
I
Just click the
appreciate
link.
that, my brother.
Follow his YouTube, follow his TikTok, follow his Instagram. You know, shout out, give him a like, man. Share his stuff out. You know, it don't cost y'all nothing to share out a brother, man. You know what I'm saying? we blessed them over here at the Everyday People, man. So y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy, man, and let's spread the love, man, and
Check me out, man, and check out Akhenaten so you can see what what I represent.
man. Shout out to Akhenaten, man. Everyday People, man. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm gonna holler at y'all later.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, my brother, man. One love, man. For real.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as quick as 1 week.